This may be dating myself a little bit, but as a kid, I loved the Disney movie Aladdin. Why? Well, as the nostalgia critic put it, it was the first Disney movie really meant for boys. Action, excitement, sword fights, and of course, video games would be following shortly thereafter. Now, as an adult, do I still like Aladdin? Well, hell yes, I do. I even love the afternoon cartoon show. It's one of the cartoon shows that I'm like, why the fuck hasn't this gotten a DVD release? Fuck, they put out a bunch of other shit. Why not put out a series that was funny and entertaining, even to me as an adult? Anyway, let's check out Aladdin on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Okay, so the first thing we notice about this game is that the graphics are surprisingly good even by the SNES standards. The control is good and responsive, and the control buttons are not so difficult that it take you 10 years to learn it. Even the jump control for the most part is great and accurate and responsive. Then what's my big complaint with this game? Well, it's the difficulty. It is harder than a crocodile's spiked dick. Even the first level's tough. I mean, what the hell did Aladdin do that's so terrible that every fucking guard in the palace wants him dead? Sure, in the movie he stole some bread, but fuck, isn't the Sultan's safety a little more important than some petty thief? I don't know, maybe Aladdin fucked Rasul's daughter or something. Like I said, the levels are hard, but really not impossible. All you have to do is just start to memorize the level layout, and you'll be okay. It will take you a while, though. So, for attacks, there is bouncing on opponents' heads. Okay, but where's his fucking red plumber suit? And apples. Really. Fucking apples. 25 years of playing games, and it all comes down to motherfucking apples. They don't really do dick as far as I can tell. They stun larger opponents and kill smaller ones, but for the most part, they're fucking useless. Remember I was talking about the difficulty of this game? Well, it goes from hard to batshit insane right here. The infamous fucking carpet level. Getting a blowjob from Courtney Love and not getting an STD would be simpler. If you are slow, you're dead. If you go where the lava allows you to go, Aladdin cracks his head on the fucking ceiling. So I usually survive all of 14 seconds.
Why, in the name of holy hippo shit, did they make that level so fucking hard? Was this game not marketed to kids? How the fuck is any kid supposed to beat that? I have no chance against it. I mean, yeah, they're high on sugar, but fuck, a person that's strung out on 6 pounds of meth couldn't pull that motherfucker off. Thankfully, there is a code system so we can see the later levels. And I will say it is nice, easy, simple, and thank fuck short.
Okay, so this is the second to the last level, and believe it or not, it's 10 times easier than the fire level. You'll beat the shit out of Jafar's guards. Funny, I don't remember him having them in the movie. Whatever. At the end, you fight Jafar's first form. Once you beat him, it's on to the final battle where you face him in his snake form. You kill him by jumping on his fucking head. Fuck it, fine. Well, after you do that, you get the ending cutscenes, and that's Aladdin on the Super Nintendo.
Now you'd think that'd be kind of it. Guess what? It's not. Aladdin was also released on the Sega Genesis. And you think I'd just kind of gloss over the game, maybe bring up the few minor differences between the two. But no, it's a whole other game with little or no similarity outside of characters to the SNES version. Why in the name of Buddha's fat dick did they make two separate games? I don't fucking know. It wasn't the height of the console war between Nintendo and Genesis, but Jesus fucking Christ. Why go to the trouble to make two separate games about the same shit? I don't know, maybe it was some sick-ass programmer that just wanted to see me fucking suffer 20 years later.
Okay, so the first big difference with the Sega one is no password system. Isn't that nice of the fucking game programmers? Make me beat this whole son of a bitch in one shot. Fuck, I'd rather kick a polar bear in the nuts. The second big one in this is that in this game, Aladdin gets a sword that is actually somewhat useless. Why the hell did they give him a sword and sacrifice kind of the more accurate to the movie of him kind of flipping around like an acrobat? But I guess that was maybe Sega's attempt to be a bit more adult, or some bullshit like that. Remember that fluid jumping control in the SNES version? Well, guess what? Sega's jump control is stiffer than a dead dog's dick. It's nowhere near as responsive, and it becomes a big fucking problem with the game, as it's more reliant on jumping than the SNES counterpart. And believe it or not, it's actually harder than the Super Nintendo version, particularly because a lot of the jumps have to be timed with perfection. And that simple left to right side scroller for the SNES is replaced with this some sort of weird where the fuck do I go game. Finally, the apples. Remember in the SNES version they were kind of useless? Well, in this version, they're basically fruit bombs of death. In fact, they're what you use to kill the bosses in this game. Alright, let's just jump right to the end. Basically, you throw apples at Jafar until he becomes the crappier version of the snake thing from the Super Nintendo version. You chuck apples at him, he's dead, game's over.
And that was Aladdin for the SNES and Genesis consoles. Is it terrible? No. Just hard as a motherfucker. The Sega one is the much harder of the two. All in all, these games will probably never make my classics list. They're not terrible to play, but fuck. If I really wanted to watch something or see something Aladdin related, I'll rent the fucking movie or see the fucking cartoon episodes here on YouTube. So that's Aladdin. Looks good, but trust me, it's harder than your dick will be if you ever see Megan Fox going down on Taylor Swift. So there you are, and there you go. Guess what? I'm just going to drink some more motherfucking beer. Until next time, this is Angry Game Reviewer.